fixing it.
What's the purpose of our life on Earth?
And that would be an ad. And are we going? Are we going? Audio check. Audio check. Okay, that is not loud enough. Let's kick it up a little bit more. I don't know why my mic settings in OBS, Open Broadcasting System or something, I can't remember what it stands for. Anyway, this program I use to stream, and it remembers my settings for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then all of a sudden one day it switches away from the right mic to default. And let's see how good. All right, that's pretty good. We'll go with that. Let me know if that's too low, and I'll kick it up more notches. Oh, what I could do, I could point the mic towards my mouth. That might help some. All right. Goodness gracious, so unprofesh. And I still didn't get the period out of there from in front of Monday. All right, so bad start here today, but we are on youtube.com/coachstevemoney. And I'm a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And you can find my financial content right below the Oak Island and Skinwalker Ranch playlist. You'll see the Aftershow show, and today is number 568 of those. And we have, 151 answering your financial questions stream. That's an 8 p.m. stream. And I generally do that on days that I cannot do an after show, but I don't work until later today. So I'm able to do the after show, fun times, and the music playlist that has 12 Ramsey adjacent songs in there. Such as Baby Steppin' song from Dua Lipa's Levitating. And so one of the fun part about that was on the, what is that? The bridge or chorus? I think it's a bridge where it goes this part, and I changed it to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. What baby steppin'? 1,000 fun. Pay off debt, full fund, invest kid college, pay off house, build wealth, with baby stepping, dun, 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 dun. So anyway, that's how that goes. And of course, it sounds much better with the music as well. So listen to those if you are so inclined. As my phone beeps at you, market report. Maybe it's the market, maybe it's the stock market letting me know something. Oh, on Amazon, package was delivered late, so I was issued a refund for the shipping charges. Very nice. All right. Thanks, Amazon. It's not great that it was delivered later than it was supposed to be, but appreciate the refund on the shipping charges. So, and let's see what the Amazon is doing today. Amazon down 0.72%, now 0.7%. And hopefully that's not because of my refund. Sorry about that. If that took everybody's stock price down because they gave me a refund. Many apologies. But let's see what the market is up overall. The NASDAQ down 0.24%. But the Russell Small Cap Index up around 0.5% up, and over 0.5% up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and up 0.16% S&P 500. And who we got? Fastenal and Verizon reporting coming up the 14th. That's in 4 days, so that's like Monday or Tuesday, something like that. And Fastenal, do they make fasteners maybe? And of course Verizon. And of course, what they will do for you is finance your phone for you right there on your phone bill, and do not do it that way ever. Pay cash for your phones. Buy them on Amazon separately, and you will end up paying less for them. And of course, you buy cash, not financing the phone. You don't get a pass on it just because it's my telephone bill. No, it's not. That is financing your phone, so you're doing it wrong. Apple up 0.73%. Tesla up 3.03%, which helps negate all of these that are down. And so maybe NASDAQ it is going up a little bit. And so we'll see if that comes up. What did I want to do? Usually check on NVIDIA. Oh, let's check the headlines. I don't have a particular article today, though. Amazon Prime Day, I guess. Either now or coming up. Don't know, but you would think that on Prime Day stock might be going up, but I guess not. Pentagon to become largest shareholder in rare earth magnet producer MP Materials, shares surge 40%. I wasn't aware that the Pentagon needed to buy companies. And that would seem to not be a good precedent to. I mean, you already have, Nancy Pelosi through her husband buying, and I'm sure it happens on both sides of the aisle. Either way, they find out something about a log happening or something about a company, and then they make related trades. And that should be punishable by death. No, not death, but that should, that should not be allowed. So they should crack down on and crack down on that. And I have no doubt that everybody in Washington is doing that. So there's not just one side doing it. CNBC Delta cuts 2025 profit outlook, but CEO says demand has stabilized. Okay. So we're still going to make less, but it's pretty cool right now, and that Delta's up 12%, over almost 13. Can't drink the water. Life next to a U.S. data center. I actually read a little bit of this, and the data center belonging to Meta, or is formerly known as Facebook. They did a commission, and obviously they can afford a better commission or a better survey, a better study of whether their data center corrupted this lady's well. And their study said it didn't. I mean, she can have somebody do another one and then fight it out in court if she wants to. She probably doesn't have as much money as Meta does, though, as far as for lawyers and stuff. So, I mean, it's possible. I mean, what she says is that there's now sediment in her well. And so she is rather close to the data center. But as far as whether they actually had anything to do with it or not, probably very difficult to prove. Exclusive Ferrero nears roughly $3 billion deal for maker of Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes. Would that be General Mills, or is that a different company? Altogether was the word I was looking for. Secret group chats where the rich score seats on private jets. All right. I'm sure stuff like that exists. Why wouldn't it? I mean, you're going to have, all kinds of different groups for different people, and so why wouldn't score private jet seats chat happen and be a thing? You could do that right on the Discord or any number of other platforms. All new Mazda CX-5 debuts in Europe. Blah. Some guys care about cars. Some women as well. Not this guy. Leaving Delaware, and we think you should consider leaving too. Well, I mean, the whole coast thing, you're generally going to pay more money. I don't know what specifically is going on in Delaware. And I was going to look to see where normally NVIDIA is right here, and NVIDIA is down 0.5%. All right. And I do miss seeing what the whole day has done. It's different seeing it like just, what is it, 11, I think starts at 9:30, I believe, is when the market opens. And so it's been hour and a half when I start the after show, something like hour and a half, hour 40 into the trading day, and it goes until 4:30 p.m. So, and that used to be all over by the time I would start the after show. So that'll do it for the market report. Loving the progress, and I saw that this was going to be a longer one, so I went ahead and opened it up in advance. Not too much longer though. Who is this wonderful Faith? You would think I would remember to clean my glasses. Loving the process. What is it? Wonderful Fault. 8830. Loving the process. We decided to work our way towards being debt free in February 2025. Combined debt of $50,000. Such as car finance, credit cards, and loans, and mobile phones. Okay. Maybe sell cars, or at least a car. We have now paid off nearly $30,000 combined since then by selling one of the cars. Yeah, and see, some people don't even consider that. They don't even think about that. Which is why you just can't pull up the baby steps and leave it at that. You have to research the advice more. The easiest way to do that is to watch the Ramsey show on YouTube, or even just listen to it throughout your day, at work, or whenever you can listen to it, so that you pick up on the advice. Because like Dave was saying today on today's show, because somebody asked him about, someone that was married asked him about, is it more important to do the baby steps as written, or is it important for husband and wife to agree? And he was saying like several things that are part of the advice, but that are not baby steps. And so there is quite a bit extra to it. And one of the things that's extra to it is that, this step 2 says pay off all debt except the house using that snowball. It doesn't say, and hey, you know how you can make big progress here? You could sell your freaking car instead of paying it off for 5 years or however long it'll take you. What up, Trey? Mama call him Trey, Daddy call him Trey, I call him Trey. And so Yeah. So you have to dig more into the advice instead of just reading the baby steps. Just doing the baby steps without reading anything, that probably would still be a net win for you and help you overall to have better finances, but it's good to know all of the advice. So you do the best possible thing you can for your finances. Um, paying up mobile phones, paying off maybe. I don't know what that means. Paying up, overpaying on debt and clearing interest debt. Okay. Well, you should be putting extra to the smallest debt. That's the debt snowball. That's where all your extra money goes to. On all the larger ones, you just pay the minimums until you get to that particular one. Now, you don't put extra to all of them at the same time. You attack the lowest one to completely get rid of it. And you do those one by one. Our end goal is March 2026, and then we move to saving 6 months of expenses. That would be correct. That's the shift from step 2, paying off debt, to a full emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses. Okay. I've already built up a small emergency fund of 500 bloody quid. Okay. Somebody from the bloody UK, apparently. My partner will be doing this once he has cleared his debt. All right, partner, you're doing it wrong. If it's not your spouse, shouldn't have finances together, shouldn't be living together, shouldn't be doing any of that. And that's the kind of stuff you would also come in contact with if you watch the show or dug more into the advice. We're engaged and currently have separate finances to. Okay, that's fine. Yes, they should stay separately to clear our debt, but willing help each other out. Forgot the word "to" there. When we need to, there wouldn't be a situation for that. You don't do finances like that. You don't have like, for example, the fiance. Oops, I sent too much to debt. Now I can't afford food, and so what? You're gonna cover it? No, you just have to be better with knowing what amount you can send to debt and what not. And so this is doing this helping out thing, that is combining finances. They should be completely separate until you get married. One step free, we will be combining our finances and building an emergency fund and saving towards our wedding. No, that's doing it wrong. Wedding is first here before any combining finances. So you're doing it wrong. You're planning it wrong. And of course, none of this, the baby steps don't spell out that, but you're doing it wrong. The one massive positive from this journey is we have learned how to speak about money positively with one another, and that's fabulous, but you're still doing it wrong. And of course, even when the problem is, even when, people like this that are going to go ahead and shack up and combine finances before getting married, they're probably still going to do that anyway, even if they're told that that is not the Ramsey advice. But that's still the advice. But you love the progress. Okay, great. You're doing it wrong. Good luck. Reeferred beans. Rental car fiasco. Has this happened to anyone else? I cut up my cards in February after reading to so many testimonials about how you can get hotels and rental cars with a debit card. This week I flew into Florida for a business trip that turns into a personal trip for the holiday weekend. I booked my rental car online, but when I got to the airport, all 4 of the agencies said they wouldn't book to me without a credit card. I'm leaving the airport without a car for the week. Oh, is that it? Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Find one that a rental car place that will do that with a debit card. Or, hey, guess what you can do with your debit card you can buy a Visa gift card, and then you can use the Visa gift card to be the credit card. How about that? You got to be smarter. You got to work smarter, not harder. So, Trey, that's his name. His name is not cell phones. He's talking about cell phones. Trey says, cell phones, specifically smartphones, are way too expensive, especially the ones that start with the letter I. They're as much as a decently powered desktop laptop nowadays. Right, yes, yes. And do you need, I'll go so far as to say, do you need a $400 phone, much less a $1,000 phone? And the answer is no, you freaking do not. Quit being dumb, people. Oh, I feel like for me, around it was like $200, I think. And I paid cash on Amazon for my phone. And then discount carrier, Mint Mobile. If you don't like the T-Mobile towers, you can do Visible as a discount carrier, and they use the Verizon towers. Stop putting in, this is Cold Milkman. All right, well, that's cold would be the best for milk. Stop putting in my 401k and Roth IRA temporarily. Hey, guess what? That's another thing. It doesn't say to do this, but you can infer it by the number that they are here. Step 2, pay off all debt. And it doesn't say to stop 401k, to stop investing. Even the match, yes, you stop it and you pay off your dumbass debt instead of getting the match. Because you were dumb taking out all that debt. So you fix that problem before you go to step 4, and that's where you would begin investing again. So you not only have to pay off all your debt, you also have to have your full 36-month emergency fund as well before you resume investing. Or if you haven't started, that's where you start. You do not start before that. It doesn't matter if there's a match. Let's see, looking for ideas, opinions. How about we just follow the Ramsey advice? How about that? I'm 24 years old. I make around $120,000 a year for the last year. I've maxed out my 401k, 28%, 10% company match. Nice match. I'm currently putting 12% in my retirement. I max my IRA. So you would still be doing it wrong. So you lowered it already to 12. And we maxed my IRA January 1st, every year since age 17. And that's not the advice. The advice for teenagers and young adults, 20s, is to just pile up cash and not invest it in retirement accounts until you are graduated from college, debt-free, and have your first big boy or big girl job. I keep all savings in CDs, minus 10K for emergency. All in CDs, that would be no. You would not have any savings beyond that. That should be applied to the debt instead. So it all depends on if you don't have any debt, why would you stop doing that? The other reason you might stop doing that would be to save for a down payment faster, a larger down payment faster, and you can stop investing for retirement for 2 years while you do that. Let's see. Married, between my 401k and IRA, I have $158,000. My wife is 24, does not work much. She is finishing college. She works part-time, and the money she makes basically covers gross and the occasional fun date for the both of us. She does not have a 401k nor an IRA yet. Planning to get one set up for her soon. We have no debt, and we do a relatively good job of saving our money and not spending it. Relatively, how about we do better than relatively? Because if you're comparing yourself to the entire human race, that's not a good comparison, because have you seen them spend money? So that is not good. Not spending on pointless things. We're looking to buy a house in the next 6 months. I went. I did not look down and see that that was in there, but I just guessed because there's got to be a reason. Because normally, people investing, they're happy to be investing and they wouldn't stop unless there was a good reason. And the good reasons here would be baby step 2, paying off all your debt. And of course, you should not be doing that until you get back to step 4. So that means no investing in step 1, 2, or 3. So during all that time, you're not investing. And then on step 4, you start investing again. But now that we want to buy a house, again, this isn't here. So again, you have to do more digging. Maybe step 3B is where you save the down payment. And as far as how that works with investing, you can make up the percentage on that you apply to each down payment savings and the amount you put into investing for retirement. So you can do just the match. You can even take it down to 0 for 2 years. Mr. Ramsey is fine for you doing that. You do that in order to save up a larger down payment faster. And also, that's your cheat code if you live in a high cost of living area and you do not make high cost of living money. Your cheat code is to put so much down payment down that your mortgage is something you can actually afford. 25% of your take-home pay on a 15-year fixed rate mortgage. Apple anything is so overpriced according to Trey, and he's correct about that. Trey switched to Visible. Oh, mobile a year ago, and it's fine. There you go. $20 a month, less than what my employer pays to cover cell usage. How about that? Okay. Oh, she does not have a 401k nor an IRA yet. Planning to get one set up for her soon. So if she is not working, if she's working part-time sporadically, you can set up a spousal Roth IRA for her. No debt and do relative. I did already. Buying a house. Okay. Once she's done with school, my CDs have matured. Okay. See, the whole thing with CDs in it, they have to mature. A high yield savings account, you can take it out any darn second you want to without penalty. So that's why we don't do the CDs. Not advised. And again, you'd have to watch the show or do further research into Mr. Ramsey to find out that that is what he advises. This person apparently didn't do that or just did his own little stuff. Regardless, even if he did know that. Between the two of us, we have about 100K saved. Essentially, my question is, would it be worth it to stop putting money in my 401k and IRA and instead save that money to help with initial home costs as well as a down payment in an attempt to pay the house off sooner? Well, you wouldn't do it to pay the house off sooner. You would do it to put a good down payment on there. I don't see the need to overpay the down payment. I guess getting as small of a mortgage as you can would be good. So yeah, if you want to save for 2 years and do that, but you're talking about looking to buy a house in the next 6 months. How much do you think you're going to save from not investing in just 6 months? So people are nutty. It's like, oh, what should I do here with this thing that'll, change things by about $200? That's probably, it'll probably be more than that though. What do we got here? 28%. It doesn't say what he's doing now. Oh, 12%. Currently putting 12%. So 12%, 120K. That's what, 105. That's 14,000. No. 6 months. Oh, so that's half the. So that would be 60,000 and 12% of that. Oh, I'm blanking. Oh, and I can never do the math in my head. Let's see. 0.12. Trey probably knows it and figured it out before I do. 0.12. What did I say? Times 60K. Boom, boom, boom. That is $7,200. Okay, and so that that is that's more initial home cost money than significantly changing your down payment, especially when compared to the 100K that you already have saved for the house. So it's not going to make that much of a difference, my friend, for you to worry and type this much enough about it. I mean, the initial home cost, sure. But you can, again, I've not done much research yet on home buying. You got 6 months to do that. I would get on that, though. Don't wait the last minute. But intend to do so in the next few months. Yeah, I would get on that. Any advice or ideas would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. It's not going to change that much, but if you want to make it lower by 7,200, you can do that. But again, I think that money might end up going to initial home costs, moving, etc., instead of the actual down payment. Or it would be more in line with the costs of that kind of stuff than significantly altering the down payment. But any is better. And I understand what you're trying to do here. And also the 6 months, that's probably when the CDs mature, and so you're being ruled by the maturity date of the CDs. And so again, that's why high yield savings account is advised and CDs are not. All right. Skunk of Thunder says lots of folks are saying a 15-year is a bad idea. VA 3 points, 4.75. VA loan as well. That's a no on that. Oh no, that's FHA loan. My bad. VA is fine. I think they do have a funding fee or something like that. That's like PMI, but I think it's forever. That might be the FHA though, so I don't know off the top of my head. Sorry about that. But anyway, but lots of folks saying anything doesn't make a darn bit of difference. People are dumb when they say things like this. Lots of folks are saying that. Yeah, but they're stupid people. Like, for example, if you say lots of folks are saying this on the TikTok, that's not a reliable source. Of course, Mr. Ramsey is on the TikTok, and he is a reliable source, but the other people, jury's out whether they're reliable sources or not. But basically, run your life this way. It doesn't matter what a lot of folks say. Why don't you just research it and find out? And if this person's way of researching and finding out is putting it on the freaking subreddit, Dave Ramsey subreddit, for his fellow Redditors to be the experts and advise him. Let's see. Howdy, I'm not a huge Dave Ramsey subscriber. And by subscribe, I think meaning subscribing to his advice. But a friend of mine is and always has a great perspective on finances. Well, if you think the friend that is a subscriber of Mr. Ramsey's has a great perspective on finances, why don't you subscribe to the Ramsey advice then? How about that? If you don't mind, can I lay out what I'm facing for some feedback? You know what you could have done is ask your friend. This is so nutty. Current state. That's not a state, not in America anyway. 310K in debt. Doing it wrong, obviously. 70K mortgage, 45K equity loan, 25K school loans, 24K personal loan, 80K business loan, all dumb as crap. All dumb as crap. 45K credit card debt and the rest personal loans with family. Dumb as crap. Credit cards are locked at 3% while I'm on active duty, so we use those to turn our 80K. We use those to turn our 80K farmhouse into a 550K garage for about 130K. Dumb. The time of reckoning, it has a K in it, not two C's, had come. And we need to refinance to pay off the cards and loans before SCARA ends. And interest rates shoot up. I currently have a VA. Oh, goodness gracious me. Don't scheme and scam. Just pay off your freaking debt. Trying to scheme and scam here. Let's see. I have a VA 15-year refinance in the works. Rate is locked at 4.75 way with 3 point. Do not buy points. Mr. Ramsey, not a fan of buying points. About 400K loan to pay everything off. Oh, this is a cash out on the house. This is a no. So that's why they would be saying it's a bad idea. Because you're going to cash out refinance to get out of debt immediately. And yes, that does fix the problem very fast. And but that doesn't work for a lot of people because you didn't learn anything. You didn't have to sacrifice and do without things to pay that off. But you still have the same amount of debt, actually more, because it costs money to refinance. So let's see, finish some mandatory house projects. Mandatory. I'm going to call BS on that. At least some of that. Not all of the projects are 100% necessary at this time while you have that much debt. The mortgages sub... Reddit, maybe subreddit mortgage. You should check that out one day if I remember. Reddit, I assume reddit.com/r/mortgages or mortgage. Says this is a crappy deal. I should get a loan using no point. No, you should not get any loan. You just pay off your dumbass debt without tapping your house's equity. That's a no, 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 no. And then refinance in a few, but yeah, that's a no. That's a no. And probably why he didn't ask his Ramsey friend is because his Ramsey friend would have told him he's full of crap doing this stuff. I don't have faith the interest rates will drop drastically. That's probably reasonable. Ramsey pushes a 15-year as a good idea. Yes, he does. But not a cash out, you dumbass. And having done the math a few hundred times in several spreadsheets, I tend to agree. But again, not a cash out, you dumb ass. But they're not wrong. I could save on the order of 70K refinancing it. So again, you do not tap the equity to do this. This is a no, a no, a no. And if you ask him another time, a fifth time, or whatever, however many that was, that would still be a no. Should I find a different loan provider and try for a better point cost? No, you do not refinance with cash out. I didn't know, when I saw this at first, I thought this was buying a home, not the refi, especially not the cash out refi. And we're gonna have to get a Janosh here. I guess I'm on baby step 3. Bull crap if you are. Did you not see all of these different debts here? You were full of it. You are not on baby step 3. What you think you're pick the baby steps with the state of mind that you're in, or what it will be after you do this dumb ass cash out refinancing? Is that what you're basing step 3 on? You're so dumb. Volunteer, the tithing and volunteer local historic engine club as well. All that's great. Refinancing is a dumbass, is a must at this point. No, it's not. You're trying to convince yourself it is, and that's why you're not asking your Ramsey friend, because he would tell you that you're full of crap. So, and yes, save your 3% mortgage by not freaking doing it. But the equity rates are too high to make it worth it. We don't do debt leveraging here to get out of debt. You don't do more debt to get out of. You're just replacing debt and actually making it more. Again, because it costs money to refinance. You are dumb as crap, sir. Let's see. Trey says, we're spoiled here in the U.S. with 30-year mortgages. They aren't available in most countries, and they shouldn't be. Should not be. Because it allows you to buy too much house and get in too much debt. Okay, programmer, 3479. Is it just an okay programmer? Or is it just like okay, comma, programmer? $100,000 bonus payout. Recommendations on what to do with this payout. Any extra money you get goes to whatever baby step you're on. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Everybody likes to tell you, well, I got this money from this. And so what should I do with it? It doesn't, nothing you type here changes that you put it to whatever baby step you're on. And $100,000 might take you, some people it might take you from step 1 to 7, or at least from 1 to 6, maybe. Let's see. Recommendation what to do with payout just received in the short term, say 6 months to a year, maybe 2. 64-year-old still working, $300,000 a year, planning on retiring in a year. Wife, 67, is retired, primary house is paid off. There should not be a secondary house that is not paid off, because there shouldn't be a mortgage on that one. Secondary is a reliable rental, and there's no rentals on that. There's no rentals. With positive cash flow, $800 a month. $800 a month is not worth it. Quit being dumb, people. People insist on being dumb around here. With a $125,000 mortgage balance. Yeah, who told you that it was fine to get to build businesses with using a mortgage? No, you don't do that. Rental property is cash. We don't do debt leveraging. Mr. Ramsey is not only the no debt guy, he's also the no debt leveraging guy. So you don't build businesses with business loans or freaking mortgages. No credit card, other debt, or car payments. Great. That would be other debt. So I would have believed you without putting that in there. Investment portfolio and savings is $2.8 million. Dumbass. So could you have paid for that house in cash? Yes. And so again, that's debt leveraging to have this savings. And so you're doing it wrong. Oh, I forgot to play this for the other guy. From a little thing called Ghostbusters 2. Where is it? There it is.
If everything you're doing is bad, I want you to know this.
Yeah. Everything you're doing is bad. I want you to know this. And so, yeah. And 2 really dumb ones in a row, so it's a fun time. Where are we at? We're considering using the money for a pool. I know. No, you should not have the second house unless you buy it in cash. And of course, you could pay cash for the pool if you are completely out of debt. Or a casita, or for post-retirement travel. Just need to know where best to put it in the short term. Thanks for all your recommendations. You can put it up your butt, as far as I'm concerned. No, you should be using that. Here's what you do. you liquidate savings. If you have 125K in savings, you pay that mortgage off immediately on that house, second house, the rental, or you sell it. Okay? And then when that 100K comes in, then you can put it back in there because you will be on step 7 by then. You'll immediately go to step 7, I guess, at that point. But you did it wrong, and you're still doing it wrong, and you're still thinking about it wrong. So that's dumb. Oh, in the short, it's not gonna, you chest resist, so you already got it. So yeah, you would put that on the debt. That's step 2 debt you have. Just because it's a mortgage doesn't mean it's step 6. It's a secondary house, which is a toy, which that means it is step 2 debt. And so you're on step 2. Congratulations. Use that 100K plus whatever else you have in savings to pay off that $125,000 mortgage. And then you can go from there. You can still do your dumbass pool. You can do a dumbass casita. I don't even know what that is. Let's see what that is. That sounds like a Spanish word. I probably should know it. A small house, maybe? A little house? Because casa is house. Casita. Spanish term meaning little house. Like on the prairie. Yes. I figured it out myself. I may have known that before, but I just had to figure it out for myself this time by figuring out casa, and since we were talking about houses anyway, so it wasn't that difficult to figure out, but I just didn't know off the top of my head. Casita, little house. But why little house? What would you mean? Like in addition to on your other property, like a pool house or something like that? And also, hey, guess what? I know you make $300K a year, and that's fabulous. But guess what? You cannot do everything all at the same time if it exceeds your income, unless you're going to do your dumbass debt leveraging, which you seem to enjoy to do. And the Ramsey advice, oh, look at that. We're in the Dave Ramsey subreddit, so you might hear some Dave advice, and that would be to not do any dumbass debt leveraging. You're doing it wrong. Tricky to mention, it's tricky to rock the rhyme, it's right on time, it's tricky. 771, using every dollar like you need a budget. I've used every dollar just a little bit, didn't like it, went back to the spreadsheet, and I have not used you need a budget, so I don't know, but let's just read a little bit of it and see. Currently used you need a budget and love it, great. But our $100 subscription renews August 1st. Oh, you need a budget. I thought that was free for some reason. I guess when you start connecting it to banks, I guess they have to start charging for it. I'm thinking of canceling and use every dollar because it's free. The issue is with YNAB, you only budget money you actually have. Oh, so you can't do it in advance. So the bank balance always aligns with the budget, okay? You forecast money you think you'll have and spend based on that. Right, because you budget ahead of the month that it happens, and so especially if you get occasional overtime shifts or whatever, you won't know what you get, and you can budget on just the 100% certain known amount. You can do that and then just adjust it as you go along and send extra to, again, whatever baby step you're on. So you could do that. That seems short-sighted to start only with the money you have, but I guess that's just the way they do it. And if you like it that way, how about you stay with? Is it worth $100 to you? Worth $100 to you, dog? And if that is syncing with your bank, every dollar is not free. If you want it to sync with your bank, my friend, you got to pay for that. So we just budget each paycheck based on what we actually have, and then just do a new budget when we get paid again. Exactly, that's fine as well. So I don't know that you can do that exactly like you were doing it. Don't know. Trey says debt leveraging, the perfect way to look like you have everything while being worth nothing. That's correct. Trey. Young Fam Finance. All right. If there was ever a great TikTok name, person should definitely be a TikToker. Just turned 30. A little old for TikTok. But then again, Dave's on it. Just turned 30, now over $1 million in debt. How bad is that? I might have read this one. Or maybe I just previewed it. My wife, 26, and I started a debt pay-up journey about 1.5 years ago. Around $700K you owed. Through hard work, sacrifice, and determination, we managed to claw it down to approximately 450 in this time. Okay. We did still take a few vacations. You did it wrong. Continued 401k investments. You did it wrong. And maintain a much higher than recommended cash reserve. You're doing it wrong. So I will admit we did not perfectly follow the Dave plan. And so you made not as much progress as you could. But as major principles help guide us, great. Just recently, a very unique opportunity. Oh no. Arose that allowed us to get our dream house for a deal that seemed too good to pass up. What a dumbass. While we do love our current home, we have been passively home shopping for something. You're in baby step 2. You do not even passively shop for a house. You do not even consider buying a house. Guess what? Guess what you do in step 2? You pay off your freaking dumbass debt that you've already taken out, and you do not look to upgrade in house or anything like that. And that is the dumbest crap I have heard. Young Fam Finance. And at 30, how about we start being an adult instead of a dumb kid? And this is definitely a dumb kid move. Wife is in 20 still, though. So maybe it's both of you together being dumbasses, but you're still being dumbasses. Rude attention, 4926 dating. How do you navigate the dating world? I'm female, 44, starting baby step 3 and 3B very soon. I'm on track to be a baby step millionaire in 12 years, if not sooner. I'm about to buy my very first home on my own. Okay, so you're not on step 3 and 3B, so you're doing it wrong. You complete step 3 first, and then you start 3B, the down payment. So you're doing it wrong. In the past, I've let 2 different perfectly capable men destroy my finances and become lazy mooches because of my desire to please. Yeah, you need to get over that in reference to dating, but you got to be careful for sure. I don't ever want to go through that again. I've been single for 5 years now and I haven't dated at all because I just can't. That's so bad writing there anyway. There's no reason to put a little ... there like you had to think about it or you're frustrated or whatever. Dumb. I'm lonely, but I have goals and I have no idea how to navigate this next phase of my life. Navigating the next phase of your life is different than finding someone to date, someone to be with. That's 2 different things. Or is that exactly what you're talking about? Are decent men even attracted to a woman that has her ish together? Or is it just men looking for a sugar mama? I'm sure you got both out there. Finding a good person is not easy. Underrated critic, and I don't have any great advice for you on that. Do the baby steps correctly is what I would tell you. And as far as men's, you just got to be careful. You should know what to look for by now. You found the same thing twice, and you apparently got involved with both of them. So maybe look back in your mind and see if there were any warning signs. Guess what? There were, unless they were really good about hiding it. And some people can be good about hiding it. I just paid off the last of my $30,000 debt, though I still have my $492 a month car payment. Yeah, that's debt as well, and that's step 2 debt as well. That's the same as this $30K debt. So yeah, so you can be out of debt from that immediately by selling it. Unless you can pay it off really quickly, you could sell that car instead. Good job on the 30. Now you gotta finish getting out of debt. So if you were paying on 30K, I mean 30K though, that could also have been a multiple number of small balance credit cards, etc., though. So who knows? But, you don't need a $500 a month car payment for sure. So pay it off quickly or sell it and get a beater instead. Confident Staff 8792. Health insurance insanity. My employer provided health insurance just renewed on July 1st. We got hit with a massive increase. That's going to happen from time to time. My pre-tax contribution would have increased by $13,000 per year had I not made changes going from $18K up to $31K for the year. My oldest was able to get his own insurance through his employer. My 2 younger ones are currently uninsured while we work through the process of getting them onto the marketplace. What you talking about, Willis? Are they adults? I mean, are they 18? Having just my wife and I on the plan. AmeriHealth Silver EPO. Now, I mean, if they are minors, they should freaking have insurance. Getting insurances in place is part, as I say over and over again, is part of baby step 0. So that should always be happening. You should not have kids without health insurance. Now will cost us almost the same as we were paying the previous 12 months for a family of 5. Going down to a bronze plan would have only saved a small amount of money with a far greater. Yeah, so what's the question? Is there a question, or are you just ranting? Just just venting. Okay. Don't know what others who had their policy renewed July 1st experience, but if your policy renews next January, be prepared. Okay. I just got it. I just got new health insurance through employer. And it wasn't that bad. So it could be the particular insurance you have. Don't know. And of course, mine was just for me. The Walmart car insurance quotes. And they probably had to put the period there because otherwise it would be trademark infringement, probably. Yeah, they did it right here too. Oh, okay. We are out of time for today. I don't even remember what I can't remember. I think Friday. Tomorrow. I believe we will be doing an after show. We'll find out from the ticker in just a second. But let's the next show, whenever it is, whether it's a after show at 11:05 a.m. following the Ramsey show on YouTube, or if it's an answering your financial questions stream at 8 p.m. Regardless, we'll talk about what would you do. And I can't, because they put a little update at the top, can't make sense of it without going into the whole thing. So we'll hold on that. What step is moving into a larger house? That would be on step 7. You would not move to a larger house until your other house is paid for. You would not do that. And the idea is doing that, you use the equity from the current house plus cash that you've saved. You're not constantly upgrading house and getting another mortgage. That's a no. That's not the idea behind the baby steps. And so we'll get into that and read their reasoning and their justification station for why they need a larger house. A lot of people say they need stuff that they don't need. Dr. Thumps Gaming. All right. Stroke mode questions. Nothing's really jumping out immediately about it, but stork mode is you have storm mode and stork mode, and you see these baby steps right here. If you have some kind of emergency, any type of emergency, you pause the baby steps, and that's storm mode. And so don't worry if you're on step 2 and you pause it while you're on step 2 for whatever emergency you have. Then when the emergency's over, then you come right back to the baby steps, and guess what? You're still on step 2. But what you do is you pay minimums on all the debt. You obviously pay your, you pay your mortgage or rent as well, but you're not putting extra to things. You're not putting extra to things. And you just pile up cash to take care of said emergency. And so that's storm mode. Stork mode is when there is a pregnancy. Because of pregnancy, you also pause the baby steps. And you just pile up cash. You're not putting extra on debt. You're just piling up cash to take care of anything that may come up during the pregnancy related to that. And so once mom and baby are home safe from the hospital and the bills are negotiated, taken care of, etc., then that's when you would go back to the baby steps, and hopefully you still have a large pile of that money that you can apply to whatever baby step you're on. In this example that I gave would be step 2, and so you would put every bit of son of cash of that, except for $1,000 emergency fund, but all other cash that you saved up during storm or stork mode goes to step 2 in this example. Talk me down. Okay. Want to do something dumbass, and so knows it. And so I don't know why that can't be good enough. Need somebody to talk the person down. Buying a car. We have to buy buy a bigger car for a growing family. If you have gone from 1 child to 2, I'm going to assassinate you right now. Because you do not have to buy a bigger vehicle for 2 babies. You don't have to do that. So we'll see what the actual details of that is. And can we sustain in our current plan until the end? All right. Looking forward to seeing what that is. Transit, speaking of mom and baby, being home safe. Hopefully Sydney and baby man are home and well. As far as I know, last I heard, yes. Oh, no, home yet? That I don't know. I don't know how many days was going to. I think maybe home today or yesterday. I can't remember, Trey. Sorry. I don't have all the Sid news all the time. Let's see. I'm Coach Steve Money. Told you that before, and it's still true. Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach. And if you are having money problems, or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, or you're doing some dumbass stuff and need to be talked down from doing your dumbass stuff, you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation with me by emailing me, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Used to do that at calendly.com, but schedule changes way too much to keep changing it all the time. And so you can email me, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. You can also use that email address for anything on my channel, or financial questions in general, or any questions about financial coaching. Be happy to answer. Donations can go to paypal.me/coachstevemoney. Alternatively, the Cash App, at $, forgot how to talk for a second, at $ Coach Steve Money, or Walmart gift card to the same email address, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. There's also super chats on live streams and on pre-recorded video. Super thanks. Upcoming streams of mine: Ramsey Show, Aftershow show, 11:05 a.m. Eastern. Oh, so I guess we're done. So we don't have one tomorrow. Why not? I might be opening tomorrow, or I'm working too early in the afternoon and don't have time. Answering your financial question streams, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, and that's why Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the next 3 days, I will be doing the 8 p.m. stream, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. 8 p.m. Eastern time, and that's answering your financial questions instead. So no after shows until next week. And when I do the 8 p.m. stream tomorrow, I will have the new after show dates for next week. Alrighty, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And as always, make smart financial decisions every day. And congratulations again, Sid.